Hi guys, I'm Darren, and in this video we have a yellow packing tape special. So yeah, I'm of course joking. This is for ZOHD Talon 250G, and this has actually been supplied to me from Banggood. Right, there's one thing I want to get out of the way before I even open it, and that's I'm not too keen on the name. I know they have the Dart 250G, but really, is there even a 250 gram thing anymore? It's not like there are separate rules going for it anymore in most places. And I don't know, I just would have preferred the Pico Talon, something like that. There's already the Talon, the Mini Talon, the Nano Talon. This is the next size down, so Pico Talon, something like that. But anyway, it's not going to detract from the actual plane, it's just a name. So anyway, let's get in the box. Again, nice sturdy boxes from ZOHD. I think I've yet to actually have anything arrive from them that's been in anything but perfect condition, to be honest. Having said that, I have seen some people have had, I think, the drift in the past, and some of that has been a bit bendy. But let's see how this one's held up. This has literally arrived from China today, and as you can tell by my faffing about, I've not opened it yet. Right, here we go. So the box is pretty similar size to the Eachine Razor, which I am going to do follow-up videos for. I've recorded some, but I'm not quite happy with it. I want to try it on 3S, and I'm going to see how that goes before reporting back. But anyway, we'll carry on with this, and maybe I'll do an intermediate video on the Razor. But let's see what we get. Right, so we have advertising. We have more advertising. Stickers. We have a fuselage. We have, I'm guessing that is the wing bolt, and another sticker. We've got a little 3x5x3 prop, which I believe is for running on 3S. And we have a 5x5x2 prop, which is for running on 2S. So these props are exactly the same as what you get in the Dart 250G. Put the fuselage to the side. Right, that's our hatch. Yeah, it all looks very similar to the Nano Talon. I didn't actually have a Nano Talon, but I've seen a couple, and the shape, well, it's the same plane but smaller, isn't it? So it's going to look like it. But yeah, same. The foam looks very similar. This is our V-tail. So unlike other models, this is a permanent V-tail. Those hinges are actually nice and loose, so you won't have any problem with binding. And also we have the actual control horn goes through the carbon spar. Actually looks like fiberglass control horn, and they're angled as well, but we'll check that in a minute. And then we have the wing, which is actually a very tight fit in the box. That is a little bit disconcerting. Okay, open the sides of the box first, and then it lifts out. Okay, so let's take a look at the wing. We see our servos are fitted. Oh, this one's not. That's been sort of squashed and come out, so I'm guessing that is in the top control horn hole, just because the other side is. So maybe some airline or fish tank airline or fuel tube on those, just to stop them coming undone. And that's the wing. It's actually nothing wrong with it as far as bending in transport goes. Right, so Mark Hoffman, my good friend, he had an issue where he could basically put the plane on like this, and one side of the wing was bending further than the other. And he found on some there's potentially a manufacturing defect. You can see through here there is actually, I think it's a 2mm by 4mm spar or 2mm by 5mm spar, but it's just one of these flat bars going through. And he found that these clamp points, check those potentially for brakes, because his had actually broken. I believe it was on this one, it could have been this one, but his spar had actually broken, which was causing his wing to bend. And he took the whole spar out, and he could sort of see points where that would be an issue. They had already sort of dented the spar where it hadn't actually broke at that point, but they were dents, so it definitely could have been an issue. But all these seem okay. They actually, so maybe he was just unlucky, but yeah, just check your wing around those 4 points there. So we have CG bumps, which is fantastic. And then again we have control rod or control horns through the carbon spar, which is all glued in quite nicely. It's a little bit flexy still, but this is a small lightweight model. But it's awesome to see ailerons in the wing. All right, so let's take a look at the fuselage. All right, so watch those control rods when you're pulling it out. They're quite thin and they snag on the bubble wrap. So we have again the same motor that came on the Dart 250G. We've got loads of room in this thing, absolutely loads of room. Everything seems to be glued in well. So we have our V-tail servos, which they look like sort of 4.5 gram servos. There's nice air rate outtake in the bottom. We have again our same ESC that we had in the Dart, which is a 30 amp, which if you're running 2S LiIon, you can't, I believe it was Matt Ogborn who had issues with this ESC. He couldn't get it so that it would run the battery down enough. It was basically killing the plane, or killing the power to the motor before the battery had actually expired. So in my Dart I actually replaced it. There we go, you can see it's ZOHD 30 amp ESC. And what's the BEC? It's a 2 amp BEC, but let's be honest, I don't mind having this, so I don't care about the BEC. And I may swap out the ESC. You can get some nice little BL Heli ones, D-shot, and connect up telemetry and all sorts of cool stuff. So, and get it to play tunes to annoy everyone else at the flight line. Right, so let's check the V-tail out. So Artur Bannock has done a really nice mod where he's put some magnets in there, so you can actually remove them. But no, actually they line up perfectly. Let's try and get it on camera. So yeah, once the rods are in, they will actually line up pretty spot on. So one thing that does appear to be missing from this is any kind of manual whatsoever. So we've got advertising, but we don't actually have a manual. Hi guys, I thought I'd interrupt myself just to show you where the manual for the Talon 250G is. You just need to go to ZOHD.net and then click on the support button, and then if you go down, you've got user manuals, and it's just in here, surprisingly. So just click on download and you'll get the manual. I've had a quick look through it and it's actually a really nice manual. It's got really useful information on there. It's got the CG point and it's actually got the throws. So you have the throw here for the ruddervators, and then you have the throw for the ailerons. So that's 10mm on the ruddervators, which is the rudder and elevator, and you have 8mm on the ailerons. Anyway, back to the rest of the video. With regards to size, I think I might just glue those in. I don't think they're actually going to take up too much, and they are very flimsy. So I may even laminate them just to get a bit more stiffness in the tail, maybe get a bit more authority. So let's get it all together and take a look. Yeah, so nice. You don't actually need to take the wing off to do that, which is great. So the point I was trying to make was Mark had his obviously fully laden up his battery in, and he just lifted it up by the ends of the wings, and you could see this side was bending up a lot more than this side. This side it still had some curve to it. You can see it is quite flexible, but again, this is only a small lightweight plane, but it was basically like that. So what? Take a look at that spar. But yeah, what else can we check out? Let's see what size camera fits in the nose. Right, so this was obviously designed for an all-in-one camera, and you've even got a slot here to poke the antenna out. But when you see the video from the Eachine Razor, you'll see that I'm not really a fan of all-in-one cameras. The picture is just crap, to be quite blunt. So what I was probably going to do with that is actually build my own all-in-one camera using one of these and an AKK 200mW VTX that's actually designed to bolt on the back of a micro size SD camera. But anyway, this here is the Cadex baby Ratel. So let's check that out in the nose. Yeah, that'll be a perfect fit. So you're looking at sort of nano size cameras. There's actually a lot more space in the back, so you could fit a micro size camera. So I'm just going to put its adapter on. And yeah, on the inside let's get the strap out of the way. You can see there's plenty of room for a micro, but the lens is definitely I believe these are 8mm lenses on these baby Ratels. So yeah, 8mm lens, but you could fit a micro in there. So I don't think the bigger lens would fit, but I do have another camera that we can take a look at. So this here is the Cadex Ratel 2. Obviously there are other camera manufacturers around, but I was just impressed by the Ratels, to be honest. They're good cameras. So I have some for this one's actually going in the Dragon 2, but no, the lens on that is just too big. Obviously you could cut the hole out to get that in, but as it stands, it even looks like there's sort of like marks around here for the size, so it might be an easy enough job just to cut the foam out. But the baby will fit in there fine, so maybe that's an excuse for me to buy a baby Ratel too. But yeah, they're good cameras. They're fairly pricey. They're not really, but there are other alternatives. So this camera in here is again another Cadex camera. This is actually the Cadex Ant, which is again a micro size camera. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it behind all that wiring. You can just see it there. So that's again sort of a nano size camera, but that one's about 12 quid. It's a lot cheaper. Picture's probably not going to be quite as good. You might have slightly less high dynamic range, but it works just fine. Right, so what's the plan with this plane? Well, you're going to see a fair bit of this plane, because what I'm going to do is obviously get it built, and I'm going to put iNav straight in this, and we're actually going to do a ground up installation of iNav 3.0. So I know it's in pre-release at the moment, but the installation process is going to be very similar. So doing it on this plane. We'll show you how to get it all installed, set up, and it's nice and easy to fit on a desk as well. So this by the time this gets made, and it will have Maytag F411 wing in it with iNav 3.0 fully installed. We'll go through the different flight modes. I'm going to set up a separate model, just quite basic, just to show the minimum that you really need to get away with on this. Obviously, flight modes, OSDs and all that are quite personal, but I'm just going to do a basic thing to get you flying and get you tuned and all that sort of stuff. So that will be coming up on this plane. But I just wanted to do like an unboxing video so you can see what it's all about. At the moment, I'm pretty impressed. It's flimsy, but it is a lightweight plane. But it has got potential to do a lot. So yeah, this could quite easily be a long range plane. And from speaking with Mark as well, he had to put his 18650 pack right the way up the front to get it to balance. That was running a 2S lithium ion. But what that to me says is, well, this would actually do quite well as maybe a 2S 2P. So you could have 7,000 milliamps of power. But what I'm tempted to do, I'm going to get some 21700s. There's really not much I can say about build quality. ZOHD have been getting stuff pretty bang on. There's no damage to it. Everything's there. Everything is correct. The only thing that they're a bit wibbly wobbly, and I don't care about 250 grams. So yeah, they will get laminated. Whether I make them magnet as well, I don't know yet. If I make a magnet, I could transport it in this box, and then I can leave it in my car and just fly it whenever I want. So maybe I will make it magnets. But anyway, I'm blabbing on. But next video we'll have a flight controller in this thing, and we'll start setting it up. But thank you very much, guys, for watching. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you found it useful, or even if you just want to take and please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon, because that will help get this video out to more people, and they can learn about this plane too, and in the next videos learn about installing iNav 3.0. But thank you guys, see you on the next one, bye.